Hello campers, KO4PDI here, the ham fun guy. We're going to talk about NETLogger tonight and some other stuff. I figured let's start with NETLogger in a couple of minutes because I have a few other things I want to talk about. If you ever want to come see me in person talking about ham radio or satellites or whatever, this is the place to come to find out when that is. So I'm going to tell you right now on May 19th, I will be at the Daytona Beach Amateur Radio Association meeting talking about satellites and working satellites. So if you want to get out to see me, it will be at the Embry-Riddle University in the engineering building. Don't ask me where that is. I don't know where it is, but I'll be there, 7 p.m. on the 19th. So make sure you get out and see me. That's the same weekend as Hamcation. So if you're going up to Hamcation, you're not going to be there. You might be back. I don't know. It's a Monday. Might be back by then. But that's where I'll be. And I'll be talking all about my RT3S, the OpenGD77 software that I use with it, with an elk antenna or an arrow antenna. I will demonstrate that. I'll also show my Wushan radios. Don't think we'll be doing any passes, but I'll be able to show that to people as a radio that's capable of doing full duplex to satellites, HT. Still only FM though. You can't do sideband on it. If you want to do linear satellites, you need an ICOM 9700 or that type of radio with sideband. I think the 5100 has it. Not sure about that. Check on that. Don't hold me to that. So yeah, that's what I'll be there, and it's going to be about an hour-long presentation. I'll answer any question anybody has. I don't have any formal layout, but what I'll do is I'll write up an outline and follow the steps of the outline. I don't do PowerPoint presentations. If anybody does, feel free to offer your services to help me, because I don't know how to do a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm not about to start now because it's too close to the time I got to do it. So if any of you have been around, you know that I work now. I do Uber during the day. I put almost 300 miles on my car today. It was a long day. Although I made some good money today, so I'm not complaining about that. I went from Palm Coast to St. Cloud, Florida, which is like south of Kissimmee, which is almost 2 hours away from my house. What a long ride home. But thank God for cruise control. And I got home safe and sound, fed the dog, took her for a walk. I ate dinner, and now I'm here with you guys. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, which was giving me a hard time tonight. For some reason, it didn't start right away, but I got it working. Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, you can type in the notes, and I will get it on my screen. There, Iman just showed up. How you doing, Iman? That's from Northern Ireland. Howdy, buddy. Good to see you. We got, guys in the United States are like, hey, I don't know when you're on. I don't know where you're at. These guys are in England and Northern Ireland, and they're on here. Iman and Andy Cowley's here. So Andy, thanks for coming. Iman, thanks for coming. We're looking forward to seeing a few other locals. I am going to do my best to give you NETLogger. Now, what brought this up? I used to run the net on the honey badgers of Flagler County. And that net, I would set up NETLogger, and I would also stream it on YouTube. If you go way back 3 years ago on my lives, you'll see the honey badgers of Flagler County net and what I did and how I used NETLogger and stuff like that to keep track of it. So Ron, my good buddy Ron Ames, talk about a call sign. November 0 NRA. I love it. There, and he's on here. Ron is here. There's Ron right there. He's on. That's the guy I'm doing this for. Ron now runs that net, the same net I used to run. And he was asking me how to use NETLogger. And I've been tipping him off and giving him little suggestions here and there, but I thought, you know what? I didn't have a topic for tonight. Let me do it right here, right now. We'll do a little video on NETLogger. So let's switch to this screen here that I set up. That's not the image I want yet. This is the image I want. There we go. Okay, so this is the page where you download NETLogger. It is free. He does ask for donations if you'd like. These are all the nets that are running right now. The good old boys and gals IRN Coffee Net, Missouri Talk Group 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. There's their website. You can click on that. Hudson Valley 80 meter net, Wolverine single sideband net, and YL Systems Moonbeam. That's one I might jump in on myself. So anyway, this is the page that gives you all the statistics of who's using NETLogger, how many people are logged in, and all that. But in order to use NETLogger, you got to first download the program. So you come over here, this down arrow, and you click on this, and this page opens up. And on this page, you can see, by the way, if you look to the left of the page, you can see the YouTube chat right there. The current release is 3.1.7. I don't even know what do I have? I have, yeah, I have 3.1.7. Yeah, I have the same. I have the newest release. So this is the release. You go over here, you pick your version. So if you want Windows, do you want Mac OS, do you want Linux? I don't know what LAR active and Debian package. I don't know what that means, but I use Windows. So it'll work with Windows 7 or later. If anybody's still using Windows 7, oh my God. Now you go over here, you type a call sign in and put your email address in here and then click download and it will download to your computer. I'm not going to go through the installation process. It's just a normal installation, the normal thing. And what happens is when you first click on it, let me see, here is this little dish, looks like a satellite dish right here. That's NETLogger. That's what it'll look like. Now I put it on my bar here. You don't have to put it on your bar. You could just have it in the start menu. But I put it right here so it's easy to get to. So you get the program, you download the program. Great, you're done with that. Now we go to, that's the one I want. Now we go to, this is what happened. When you open it up, this is how it's going to come out. Now, what you see on the bottom, if you notice the dates, this was from, I believe, 2023. Yeah, you look at the date right here, 2023. I haven't updated this log since I stopped running the net. So it's in there. But all that gives you is when somebody comes on the net and you log them in, you put them in your net in the list. If you've got them before, it'll be a different color. All right, so let's just see. If you don't want to run a net, you just want to listen to a net, you can go over here and click Select Net. This window opens up. Now remember all the nets we saw on that other page? Here they all are right here. So say I wanted to buy the main potato net. If I wanted to go to monitor that, they're on 3.961 single sideband. And if we scroll across, come here, you can see the logger is November 2 Fox Kilo Whiskey. The net control is Kilo 4 November Mike Bravo. Is that the same net? No, that's not the one. This is the one. KD2YLZ is the net controller. So say Ron wanted to be the net controller, but he didn't want to have to do this. I could do this. So it would have Ron's call sign N0 K0NRA, and then it would have my call sign as the logger, KO4PDI, over here. I'll show you how to do that later. Tells them what band it's on, tells them what the date and time is. Here it is right here. Instant message enabled, yes. That means you can get in there and talk to the people on the net with text. And that's what that's talking about. But let's say you want to run a net. So close this and we hit here, create net. Now this was great because I had done this when I was running the net. This is the way I would do it. If you notice in the frequency, I put C4FM 80751. That's to let people know that we're on C4FM. Now they might immediately discount that and say, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't have C4FM. So we also have XLX 344D. I could type that there, XLX 344D. And if I put a comma, I think 80751. Yeah, I can get the room number there too. There's not a lot of room here. I don't know how much more I could type. Of course, we're also on FCS. Yeah, can't type any more than that. We maxed it out. So that is the most you could type in there. So at this point, FM, it's not FM, it's C4 FM, but there is no C4 FM choice here. I wish they would add that. That would be great. But they don't have any choice here. So I just leave it on FM and 2 meter. I leave it on that, even though that's not where we are. Right here it explains it's digital, right? 80751 and XLX 344D. All right, now you hit OK. Now what happens is, oh, I got illegal characters in there. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're not allowed to put, what you can do too, over here, where it says Honey Badgers of Flagler County, you could type in C4FM and 80751, and then a space, and XLX 344D. That gives them no. Then put a space. Don't put anything else. Now, I think this comma here has to go. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Now it worked. Okay. So now we're in the net. Hey, Roger's here. How you doing? Oh, you'll have 5 demerits if you leave before 6:30, Roger. That's it. You'll be fired. You're not going to be able to come back to work. Only kidding. All right. So anyway, so now you can see we have created the neck. Here it is right up here. See, it's KO4 PDI Mike Randa, because the whole thing. 80751 got cut off. FM 2 meter. All right. That's all you need. But we got it here in the title. We got it. So now, if we go over to the NETLogger page, let's go back and see if it shows us listed there now. Yep, there it is. Second line, Honey Badgers of Flagler County. So if you have, I didn't even know this existed. Ron told me today there's a NETLogger companion app for the iPhone. If you have that, you would now be showing up like this there. Now, I'm not going to leave this up and running, but I'm going to leave it up for the demonstration purposes right now. So let's see. So I am the net coordinator. So let's go back over. Oh, we didn't see that page. Let me show you that page. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, so notice we are now listed right here. This is us. This is the net I just created. Now, if people can't figure out, you know, that we're on XLX room and all that, don't worry about it. People that want to be here, they'll figure out a way to get in. So I have C4FM 80751. That's the primary room. And then XLX 344D. We don't have enough room to add the FCS room also. But that's not what I wanted. Let me close that window. All right. So there we are. We're listed. And these are the statistics that you can read in real time on the NETLogger page, which is netlogger.org. All right. So we now have the NETLogger running. Let's turn this page off now. So now we put my call sign here, KO4PDI. And if I hit tab, watch what happens. Bing, it fills in all the data, right? I'm in Florida. My name is Michael P. Randazzo. I'm in Palm Coast. No club info because we don't have a club. And I think this gives you my grid square, the county I'm in, and my zip code. Here's my address right here. So you get all that info. All right. So now let's see ND1C. He's the guy who owns the room. So we'll put him in. He's checking in. ND1C and hit tab. And bam, it fills out Jim's information. Ron, K0 NRA. I just hit enter and it put it right in there. He's in Livermore. Here's the zip code. Here's his grid square. And there you got all the information right there. I have the text pretty big because I got lousy eyes. So here, MI7DJT, if he came to the net, we put MI7DJT tab, and there's Iman shows up. So now you know Roger is Kilo. What is your call sign again, Roger? KV. God, what am I, blind? I know you're there. KV4I. Kilo Victor for India. So as you call for check-ins and guys give you their call signs, you type their call signs in here. So now if we go back to this page, right now it says 1. Let me refresh this page. And you can see Honey Badgers 80751, follow that line across. It still only shows. Oh, wait, there's 2 of us now. Ron, you must have set up one too. Yeah, this one's mine. The bottom one here is mine. So, yeah. Hey, Vic, hey, Roger, how you doing? All right, so yeah, Ronald set up a net too. That's why there's 2 nets listed on here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Right here, you got 2 Honey Badgers here. The one with the XLX room, that's the one I started, and Ron started the other one. See, this is KO4 PDI Mike Rand, and it shows what version I'm using. And this is Ron, K0NRA is his call sign. That is such a cool call sign, Ron. And I can't believe you got that. That is fantastic. Anyway, so yeah, it shows both of us on here. Now, I just put in on the frequency XLX344D, but in the title, I put the C4FM room. And people will figure that out. They know it's not FM. They know it's C4FM. All right, so this is how you do it. Now, when you do the net, okay, wrong one. That camera stays. This camera goes. Okay, so now, say I want to talk to Jim first. Jim, I'm going to go in order, in the order they checked in. I highlight Jim. So anybody that opens up NETLogger and browses our net, will see the same screen. And the one in pink is the one that will be talking. I think the maximum amount of people I ever had on here was, I think we had like 25 people one time and had a whole list of people there. Now, what do you do with this? What do you do with the information you have? Is this some kind of scientific thing that we got to dot our I's and cross our T's? No, this is just it's a simple formality to make it easy for people who are watching the net to know, hey, I'm going to be on soon. He's on the second guy and I'm third on the list, so I know I'm next. That's why you do this, so people know when they're coming up. So this way they understand, there's 2 people before me. I got time to go get something to drink or go to the bathroom. But they could still be listening. Sometimes they'll tell you in and out, which means they're not going to say anything. Now, there's a column here for member ID. So let's say Ron said he was in and out. I just put IO. Whoops. Why isn't it typing it there? It's typing it, but I can't see it. Why? Oh, because the lettering is white. Yeah. All right, so let's say Ron was going to be in and out. I could type in QSL info here. I could type it. That'd be the best place to do it. So I'll just type IO and move on. Now I know I don't call on him. If I get to Ron, that's K0NRA. If I get to him, I know he said he was going to be in and out, which means he doesn't have anything to say. He has no traffic, but he's listening. So you just do that so you know to skip that person. If they say, like sometimes nets will do 2 rounds. They'll go through the whole list one time and then ask if anybody has another thing to say and go the same order with people's second comments or whatever. Nets are a lot of fun, and it really depresses me that people here, down here in Florida and stuff, don't use these radios enough. We're trying to make it accessible to just about anybody. I set up the XLX 344 room D. I worked with Greg, K6EGG out in California. He has 344A or B he uses. And I asked, can I use D? If I run a net, can I use D to keep track of people and access the rooms that we're going to? So they said, yeah. So what I did, Jim Grove, K3SRE, set up a net with, set up a node with an FCS room. So there's an FCS room, FCS 310 room 38. You can access the 80751 room there, or you can go to the XLX 344D and get into the 80751 room there. What that does is it opens the door to people who don't have a C4 FM radio. Okay? That's why they do it. Great. I just got a alert on my phone that there's lightning in the area. Good. Glad I have the radios all shut off and the rotators shut off. Everything's shut off. Ron's asking me if you could schedule ahead. I don't think so. I never did that. I always just did it right before I went on the air, or right before the net started. I built the whole thing, and when people started checking in, I just typed in their call signs. So what you do is, as you're moving, notice when I come off of ND1C, he's in my log. That's why he's in red. All right. This log did not have Ron in it. It did not have Roger in it or Iman. So they're not going to turn red. They're going to stay that color. But whichever one is you're calling on next, you could highlight their call sign like that, and they're watching it on their computer, and they see it turn pink, and they know that's the next person to go. And then when he's done, Iman goes next, and then when he's done, Roger goes next. This is how I used NETLogger. Now, is there more things you can do with it? I'm sure. Did I learn it all? No, I didn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this net. This is one thing you have to remember to do. Ron, listen to me. Don't just close the program. First, click this close net. It'll say, are you sure? You say yes. And now the net is closed. Now if we refresh this screen, this one here at XLX344D, I'll put it on the screen so you can see it again. Right here, when we refresh the screen, this one shouldn't be there. The one Ron set up should be there. All right, I'm refreshing the screen. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, Ron took his down too. so yeah. So nobody's on there right now. But that's basically what you do. It's just like a notepad to keep track of everybody in the net. If you have it hooked up to QRZ, it will download the data. It will do the lookup in QRZ. Let's talk about that real quick, about setting that up. All right, so here we are here. We go to Setup, Club Profile. We don't have a club profile because we're not a club. All right. Callback club updates, blah, 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 club nets. Use default QS messenger. Huh. I got to see import contacts. Oh, you got to do it from CIV. I'm trying to remember where we put the contacts. Nope, that's not it. Sit tight, sit tight. I'm looking for something. Maybe under accounts? Yep, there it is. All right, so if you have the paid subscription to QRZ, you put your call sign and your password here. If you have EQSL, you put your call sign and your password here, log in. If you have LOTW, you can put that information here. Once you get that all in there and you say done, when you type in a call sign on the screen, it's going to show the information. That's how the program knows where to find the info. So the first one is QRZ. The next one is EQSL. If you do EQSL, I do. And Logbook of the World. That's where it will go look up the data for the call signs. So KC2KWZ. That's my brother. Yep, that's my brother Phil up in Ringwood. Now you see he's red because he's already in my log. So when they come up red like that, that means you already have him in your log. You've talked to him before. So when it's Phil's turn, I highlight Phil. Oh, we're not, I forgot. We're not active anymore, so it's not going to highlight it in pink. But anyway, that's how you do it. So then when you exit out, this is what's going to happen. You hit exit. You say, whoa, wait a minute. This is your last window. Do you sure you want to close it? And you say yes. And there it's gone. So you open it with that little satellite dish icon. Here it is right here. You could select a net. Here's a bunch of nets that are running right now. Ron, if you want to set up the net on your end right now, go ahead and do it. and I'll see it. We'll make sure it comes up on the screen here. That tells us you did it right. Let me exit out of the program again. I want to come back in. I'm wondering why it said standalone there. Yeah, well. Yeah, it is the title, Honey Badgers of Flagler County. So that's basically how you do it. Anybody got any questions about it? Remember, go to netlogger.org. This is the page you come to. If you want any help on it, there's tons of help everywhere. Contact support right here. Past nets right here. You got a PDF here for terms and conditions. I don't even know what that is. But if you want, please donate to these guys. Help them out a little bit, because they do this out of the goodness of their heart. And right here, there's a donate button on the bottom. You could help them out. If you can, do it. It would be nice. So, all right. Iman is asking me, am I doing... What happened here? Oh, that was the YouTube. I was just looking to see on YouTube if we got 14 people watching. Woohoo! Okay, let's go back to this screen here. All right, Iman is asking, am I doing any ISS SSTV? No, not right now. It's a great hobby to do. I'm working though, and I'm not here when the ISS passes over. Passed over this morning, like early this morning. I missed it, the first one. The second one, I tried to get on. It didn't get anything. If you were here yesterday, question, Kilo 2 Whiskey Radio Delta. Sabato, Rob Sabato. Hey, Rob. Can I use NETLogger for basic logging every day? No, that is not what it's for. It's made for making lists of people who attend HF or other nets on ham radio. That's what it's for. So that's why you use NETLogger. When you're done, there is a way to print your data if you want to save it and record it permanently. There's a way to do that. I don't know how to do it. I know it can be done, and I've seen it done by other people. I just never did it. So you're not going to get anything from me on that. So you could try, experiment, get out there, do stuff. And, you know, I told my buddy TJ last night, he was having an issue trying to get WSJTX, trying to get the logs out of it and get them sent up to QRZ or someplace else, wherever it has to go. And I told him, I said, the question you asked me, type that into the search box in YouTube, and you will get a ton of videos popping up telling you exactly what you need to know in that area. Sometimes it's a little more complicated. If you have a QRZ subscription, get your code under Settings for iOS NETLogger Companion. Ron, that's something I know nothing about. I've never used NETLogger Companion. The only time I use NETLogger is when I'm sitting right here at this desk. So I don't know. I don't think you shouldn't need more than your password and your login. So it's your call sign with your password. That's it. In order for it to download the data when somebody checks into the net. And you're welcome, Rob. You're welcome. Very welcome. But yeah, no, don't use it for logging. That's not this. Anybody wants to teach me how to do N1MM, I'd greatly appreciate your assistance, because that is just a freaking overwhelming program. There's a bunch of other programs like that too, that it's like a million different windows open up. That's why I was using Ham Radio Deluxe, but I'm fed up with it. I'm just fed up. I don't want to mess with it anymore, and that's not anybody's fault but my own. I get short-tempered and impatient. What can I tell you? I get impatient. You know, I've been hearing for 4 years now it's going to be improved. It's going to be great someday. Yeah, so Christmas is coming someday too. Okay, Ron is saying that the API key for the app on the phone is required. Okay, well, the computer version, all you need is your password and your login. You don't need your API key. But I'm sure if Ron's saying he's got to get the API key for using it on iOS, that's fine with me. I'm passing that information on to you guys. Uh, do we have any more questions? You know how to, if like in the beginning, I showed you how to just go in and watch nets. Like for instance, let's select a net again. Let's go over here. That's not the page I want. That is the page I want, but I got another net I'm supposed to go to at 7 o'clock. Why am I seeing this? All right, that's not the screen I want. This is the screen I want. So this is the display capture. I want the other. This is the screen I want. Okay. All right, Rob, I'll check on that. Rob's telling me about another logging program, N3FJP. I'll look at that. I really wanted to give World Radio League an opportunity to give me a decent logger, but I don't know if they're ready for prime time yet. Anyway, okay, so I'm here. So if we want to select a net, hit select net. Look at all the nets we got going. This is on 2 meters, right? I don't know what IRN is. It says multi, which means they might have a bunch of different ways into the net. The NATA 40 meter net is on 7.185. So you go with your HF radio tuned to 7.185. You can get there. Hopefully you can hear them. Then you have the Spark Evening Prenet is on 2 meters, 147.060. You have the main Potato net is at 3.961. That would be 80 meters. Single sideband, so it's lower sideband. VKWIS-R Echolink Morning Net. Yeah, remember it's morning there. That's also on 2 meter FM. The Wolverine single sideband net is on 80 meters, 3.935. You see that right here? Single sideband. And these are the people running the net. You can see their call signs and the people logging. You could have a different logger and a different. This guy's doing both. This guy's doing both. This guy's doing both. This guy's got a helper, right? This guy's got no net control, but this guy, November Zulu 1 Quebec, is there. And this guy's doing both. This guy has help. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn on your ear. So if I want to go to these nets, let's see. Let's try this 40 meter net right here. This is November Tango 8 Foxtrot. Double click on it. Hit click monitor net. And here's the people that are there already. I don't know what the color is. Purple. I don't know what that is. But the teal here, that's the net controller. Right? Anyway. Oh, these are all controllers. The co-controller, co-controller, co-controller. Okay. So they're all controllers on this net. Obviously, it's not going on yet. Make sure when you exit out, do not just close the program. First, click Stop Monitoring. There. Now click Select Net again. And let's try this one on 40 meters. Hit Monitor. There we go. Now we got a bunch of call signs here. They got what? 15 people in this net? And you'll see... Now that I'm here, my call sign should pop up on this screen too. That's cool. This guy in red, Wallace Ammons, he's in my log. That's why it's red. Because I actually have him in my log. So here's a bunch of call signs. These are all people on this net. And if you look, Roanoke, Virginia, Madison, Wisconsin, where else? Franklin Square. That's New York City. Oh, Robert Guarnier? Oh, I can't read that. Okay, and it's telling you how QSL information is collected right here. So this net is going on, right? It's the North American Traffic and Awards Net. So I think this is more or less if you need like a state, you get people that are on that state on the net, and you tell them you need a QSO in that state to get you worked all states, and they'll call you, and next thing you know, you got that state. All right, remember again, when you're done, click Stop Monitoring, and now we can close this window. It'll still give me the warning saying it's the last window, and then I hit OK, and it's closed. So there you have it. There's a little bit of a look at NETLogger, and you could try that. N3FJP. That looks interesting. Let's just, hey, we're here, right? It's only 6:30. Let's go back over here and let's look up N3FJP. N3FJP. We'll just do a search. Amateur radio software. There it is right there. Oh, wow. What a convenient website. N3FJP.com. Sometimes it's so simple you don't even have to think. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the page, I guess. Contest logs, general log, purchase, upgrade to a package. We're at the home page. Contact us, that's great. Additional, where's download? About it, did I pass it? Okay, I give up. Where do you download? Oh, duh. Roger uses N3FJP too. Good. Because if I do this, I'll be calling you, Roger, to give me a hand. Oh, here it is right here. Just click on it, and then you can download the log, the program for the log. I might do this tonight. I might actually do this. But I got to get on a couple of the nets. 7 o'clock is my St. Augustine group, and it's also T.O. is having his get-together with everybody, and they're going to be talking about Hamvention, which is this weekend. Oh, okay. Ron is sending out a note to everybody on the net. He runs this net tomorrow night. He's going to be running this net, and he's letting everybody know that he's going to be doing it. Ron, you ought to try streaming it. Streaming it on YouTube while you do it. That would be cool. I missed that. What are you answering, Roger? Just click on the net tab. You're welcome, Ronald. By the way, don't forget, on the 19th of this month, I will be at the I'll be at the Daytona Beach Amateur Radio Association's monthly meeting at Embry-Riddle University in the engineering building, and I will be doing a presentation on satellites, and you're all welcome to come on over and check it out. All right. I hear my dog outside. I had to close the door because she kept bugging me. So I closed the door, and now she's outside the door whining. My dog hates being alone. I had her alone all day. Okay, so it also does the call sign lookups. Good. Very good. Roger's give me I have to face the radio. Yeah. All right, Roger, take care. Good talking to you. Thank you for coming. I know it's a little later than you planned. All right, this is KO4PDI. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, email me, ko4pdi@1791.com. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, ko4pdi@1791.com. I'll type that in the chat. At 1791.com. There you go. There's my email address. Send me an email if you'd like. And with any questions you might have. If you can come out to Daytona Beach on the 19th, love to have you at the meeting. with the Daytona Beach Amateur Radio Association. DeBarra is the shortcut for it. Love to have you guys there. In the meantime, remember what I always say, don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me, all right? KO4 PDI, I'll be clear, 73.